Welcome to Fret Not. My name's Rob.
My name's Colton, and welcome to the High Gain series.
I guess it's the High Gain series.
High Gain series. Cross comparison.
Yep, so we have two guitars for you today, and we have done on this channel many times before. We have done direct one-to-one kind of competitions, comparisons. This is not really the same as that, but it's important that you see both of these guitars for a lot of different reasons. So both of these guitars are manufactured by a company named Grzenia, and great people, love their guitars. If you don't know anything about these people, man, if you ever put your hands on one of these, you're just gonna love these guitars. We've had this guitar longer. This is the Morningstar, and this is their prototype. It is in production, but it's not available yet. Same with this one, but this was the original prototype, and we bought this about 8-9 months ago, and it has turned out to be one of our favorite guitars. And there's going to be a lot of reasons for that, and we're going to tell you about that. This, on the other hand, is the ASG version of that guitar, and this guitar is built almost identically, but they're built in two different countries, and so the price point varies greatly. But what we're trying to show today is, regardless which one of these fits the bill for you, both of these are fantastic guitars, and they're at great price points for what you get. So we'll start on this side. This one is built in Korea, and this is their Morningstar. And to me, they may get mad if I say this, but to me, this is very comparable, very comparable to like an ESP E2. This is very reminiscent. The neck shape is a little bit different, but man, you pick this guitar up and it's just, for me, it's endless on what you can write off of it. The inspiration on it is amazing. So you're going to have an ebony fretboard. You're going to have 24 stainless steel frets. You're going to have 2 Fishman Moderns in this one. You're going to have a 3-way switch, and you've got a push-pull for a different voicing. You've got locking tuners, and you have this beautiful flame maple top. This guitar's got a lot of weight to it. It just fits the pocket. It is just, it's like playing an E2 in comparison. And I'm not saying which one's better. I'm just saying it's like playing an E2 when you put it in your hands.
And like that E2, the back of the neck.
Yeah, and this one has got the satin on the back of the neck.
That satin finish on the back of the neck.
So what they did, this one is built in Korea, and this one is built in one of the higher end Korea factories. And so this guitar is going to be at a different price point than the ASG. So what Grzenia did is they just created a new line of guitars, and they're called ASG. And I don't know how many different versions they're going to have, but this is their version of this guitar. But that guitar is built in China. And so what they've done, even though the colors aren't the same, they have mimicked this guitar back at a price point that everybody pretty much can afford. And to get the same features and the same playability is kind of remarkable. So this guitar, you're going to have an ebony fretboard. You're going to have 24 stainless steel frets. You're going to have locking tuners. You're going to have 2 of their ceramic pickups that are in-house pickups, which are really hot and really good. And you're going to get to hear both of these in a mix in a minute. Now, we're not playing the exact same cut because we're not comparing them to each other. We're just showing you the differences in price and what you get for your money, and why we know this is amazing, and why we think this is a really good buy for the market. This guitar has a IBI hip shot bridge, and I believe it's got hip shot locking tuners. This one has their stock bridge, which is a copy of the hip shot, and it has locking tuners on it too. So the features on this guitar are pretty much mimicked, except for the pickups. Now, this is a prototype, and this is a prototype. On this prototype, if you've ever dealt with a manufacturing side, you know sometimes there can be differences on what actually comes off the line as opposed to what you told them to make. So if you look on the back of this one, it does have the battery socket for active pickups, but these are not active pickups. So now that's just on this prototype. So if you was to get one of these, it won't have a battery socket if it's non-active.
Right.
So all in all, picking up either one of these are two of my favorite playing guitars. Now, there's nothing wrong with all this stuff hanging up and all around us. I love everything up here. Everything has its own little space and its own genre. But when you pick this up, you know you've picked up a high-end instrument that will last you a lifetime. Mm-hmm. And the reason we're doing this video is, even though this one is made in China and this is made in Korea, I think they kind of achieved the same thing on this.
Yep.
So what we're going to do right now is we're going to shut up. We're going to let you hear both of these in a mix. Not the same song, but you'll kind of get to hear how they sound. And then we're going to come out. We're going to talk price point for both of these, maybe when they'll be available, and see if something like this is in your future, and maybe which one of these fits the bill for you.
Yeah, sounds good.
We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Yep. And you got a chance to hear both of these guitars in a mix, even though all the EQ, everything's the same, even though we played something different. As we said at the first part of the video, we're not comparing the two because they're in two different classes. But what we're trying to show you is how well we feel Grzenia translated this concept and this idea to that price point.
Yes.
So you've played both of these extensively. I know you're partial to this neck because it has the satin feel on the back. So how do you feel about these guitars when you play them? How do you feel like, don't compare them, but how do you feel Grzenia did on translating this, because we've had this for so long, into that?
They did pretty well. Minus the satin finish on the back of the neck, I think what they were trying to achieve, they did pretty well. They like you said, they translated a lot of, we'll say, the body type in terms of shape. They did it very well. The playability is also about the same, and I think right down to the knobs, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
Yeah, even right down to the knobs in terms of just placement, all the same. locking tuners. The only thing really different, I think, is just the bridge and the back of the neck.
Yes.
But even the switch, I think, is probably in the same placement. Yeah. So
Same
they did really well with trying to carry over its characteristics to something that is a little bit more budget friendly.
So this guitar, I'm giving you estimations because neither one of these guitars are released yet. We're kind of hoping that maybe by the end of 25, these guitars are going to be available. This guitar is, because it's built in Korea, is going to be at a much higher price point. This guitar is going to come in somewhere in that $1,700 to maybe $2,000, $2,200 price range, and that's going to be comparable to an Ibanez Prestige, an ESP E2, and I promise you I own an ESP2 and I own a Charvel that's made in the Korean factories. This is on par with anything that comes out of there and maybe a step above. Grzenia really did a good job trying to translate all the components in this and how it functions together.
Yeah.
This guitar, on the other hand, they took this concept from the Korean guitar and they made it in China, and the only thing they really weren't able to do is put the Fishmans in it at that price point, and maybe not put the hip shot bridge, even though they put the same style bridge.
Right, and that satin finish.
The satin finish isn't on the neck, but this guitar is going to come in, and we're hoping probably in the same time frame, around the end of 2025-ish. It's going to come in that $600 price range. So knowing now that this is our baby, and it's a $2,000 guitar, roughly, and they took this idea and they put it into a $600 guitar because of where it's built at, how do you think they did?
Pretty well.
So do you think, to me, I would love to have this on stage and this be my full-time what I play on stage.
Yep.
And if I toured a lot, I would probably not take this on stage. I would take that.
Yeah.
Simply because, you know, anything can happen when you're on tour, and I think both of these guitars both play relatively the same. And not to diminish this, because if you put your hands on this, this is its own entity. This is, you know, when you touch this that you're holding a really high-end instrument. That, on the other hand, I think somehow they kind of achieved that for $600.
Yeah, I think if you could only afford one guitar and you wanted to make it good, and you got that, and then this now has paid for itself, and you don't want to risk taking it on the road anymore.
Yes.
This is now going to be your daily driver, and this is what you're going to be doing all your recording on.
Now, because of both of these are prototypes, the colors aren't set in stone or nothing. This one obviously has the flame maple top, and it has the Fishman Moderns in it, which creates a little higher price point for it. And the fact that this is built in the Korean factories always ends up costing you more to come out of Korea, but it is, you know, well known that the quality that comes out of Korea is really high end on the majority of their factories. So I think him taking about a year to find a Chinese factory that could replicate this and do it at this quality and create that new price point, that more budget-friendly price point, to where you could still have a lot of the attributes of this and the feel of this and have it translated into that. I think that's amazing, and I think it's fantastic for all guitar players when companies can do that. So many times in the past I've seen big box makers take their guitar and then have it built in a different company and a different country and make it, you know, budget friendly. But it's not the same guitar at all.
I think like these pickups are fine, but I think if you were to get this and you wanted maybe some pickups with your own kind of characteristics to it, and you put them in here, you're getting real close to that.
You are. You're getting,
for just way under the price.
Yeah, that's something, and that's not to take away from this and its price point, because it is what it is, and it is worth, to me, it is worth every penny of what they asked for this, because this is just an amazing guitar. But I think you're right. We all have different taste in pickups, and maybe your taste is not Fishman Moderns
Yeah.
in this one. So if you take that guitar and you were able to put your own, if you wanted a specific sound, I think Grzenia, ASG, which is them, I think they really did a fantastic job of translating this and to getting it in a price point that, you know, everybody can enjoy.
Yep.
So make sure, regardless what you do, regardless which one of these you like, even if you don't like either one of them, go out and check out Grzenia Guitars, man. They have a lot of different stuff. This is a body style they haven't made in a long time, and they brought it back, and it is a prototype. This is a prototype. We're going to have, hopefully, maybe by the end of the year, these are going to be in production, and you can buy them, maybe at least pre-order them. And I really believe that wherever you are in your guitar playing journey, that either one of these purchases, you're going to just be dumbfounded by what you get for the price point.
Yeah, this would be a great guitar. You know, if you like this, but you can't necessarily afford it, this is perfect for you then.
Yeah, that's, and I catch myself, I play every day, and we have all of these guitars, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is the only guitar I touch, or that's the only guitar I touch, because it'd be a blatant lie. But I gravitate, whenever I reach to play something, I gravitate to one of these two guitars, because I think the science behind the two guitars that was done first to create the guitars is what gives us this end result. They're not just making a guitar.
Yeah.
They're doing all of the homework first. And that's why this channel is so big on doing single luthier guitars, even though they're kind of pricey, because the science has been worked out for that guitar.
Yeah.
And they're making single shots at it, you know what I mean? And everything is precision. Well, I think somehow or another, Grzenia has figured out how to do that on this side with Korea, and now they've figured out how to do it with China. That's freaking amazing.
Yep.
So make sure you go check out these people, man. You hit them up on their IG. They have a tons of way to get in touch with them. Then go to their website. Go look at what they've got. Keep up with them, because these are going to be, I think they're in full production at the time of this video. And so that just means, you know, time frame to get them done. There's going to be, I'm sure, multiple colors, multiple ways of looking at this. I don't know if those are going to be the stock pickups that come in that guitar. These are both prototypes, so you never know 100% till the production run comes out. But I think Grzenia has done, once again, what most companies need to look at doing. Not just make the Squire of a Fender, or not just make the Epiphone of a Gibson, but figure out how to translate what everybody desires and get it into a price point that's better for everybody to purchase without diminishing this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a hard task.
It is.
And maybe it's why a lot of companies don't do it, because that is such a tough task. Other than just having somebody make a cheap version of your guitar and sticking your tag on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We see that a lot.
Yep.
So hope you guys found this informative, man. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to us if you'd like to. We do all kind of stuff like this for informational purposes. And if you didn't know it, we have another side to our channel, our entry-level metal series, where we give a guitar away every week. So you make sure to go out and check those out. We have a membership side, man. If you get on the memberships, we do separate videos for our members. We have giveaways for those on our memberships. We also have a super thanks button. Everything you see on this channel, about 95% of it, a few guitars get sent to us free, but we pay for all this stuff out of pocket, and we bring it on here and we review it. And on the other side of our channel, all that stuff that we bring on and review, we give those guitars away. So if you can't or don't want to be involved with a subscription or on our memberships or whatever, and you can't do a one-time super thanks button hit, man, go out and get you some fret knot gear.
Get your shirt.
Take that shirt, wear that out in public, and I guarantee you people are going to stop you and go, what the crap is that?
Yeah.
Listen, guys, we're humbled by you. Make sure you stay around the channel. We have a ton of stuff coming down the pipe for you guys. Behind that camera right there is a stack of guitars, and we're working on trying to get all those reviews out and get those up on our giveaway side. So make sure you hang around the channel. And until next time,
Stay tuned.